by the right of the council, by the will of the force. Welcome back to another episode of the Galaxy Famous Top 10 Edition Approved Jedi Talk Podcast. You are following us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jedi Talk, where you're letting us know your thoughts and not doing anything about it. I am Atomica here on the High Council for a top 10 edition of Star Wars. They're back and better than ever. Our top 10 favorite Jedi. We've done it before, but now you're going to be bored to tears with what Kyle has to say about his favorite Jedi. But before we get to Mr. Kyle, I'm going to introduce you to the man directly to my middle here on the remote screen, Mr. Brad Hughes. Brad, how the fuck are you today?
I am good. I am currently in Kentucky, stumbling around a rick house somewhere at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, going, have you ever seen my videos? To a stranger who doesn't want to hear me talk to them.
All drunk.
That's
like,
what I'm doing.
Hey, Brad. You can't regulate your voice, Brad.
I can't say it. Brad's Bourbon Reviews.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
You're
How's
there.
Disneyland, Tom? You're at Disneyland.
No,
right
I'm
now.
in Arizona now because Disneyland's over when this episode releases. I'll be in Phoenix for a little bit visiting family before I come home to Orlando. So
nice.
Phoenix is very, very hot. Knock on wood, I haven't seen any scorpions yet. So Phoenix is very nice. And Disneyland was fantastic. I will give a full report. I'm holding on to that. I'll give a full report when Kyle's in town. When we actually have, for the first time ever, this version of Jedi Talk will be all together for a live podcast. So
I can't wait. We should double up on do two of those as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We already talked about the content that we were going to try to do. So, and joining us as always, I believe he will still be in Chicago at the date this drops. Kyle, how the fuck are you today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Just enjoying my very boring and uninteresting lifestyle.
It's all about the mayonnaise, man.
It's all about the mayonnaise. All about that mayonnaise.
It's all about the Benjamins, yeah. So let's just jump right into this. I stopped sharing my screen to you guys. C4 is going to do some stuff on the back end here, but we can pull them in later if we need. But who wants to go first? I do not have any honorable mentions. Do you guys?
No, I kept mine to 10. I don't have any honorable mentions.
Yeah,
Kyle?
I kept it at 10.
Okay.
Perfect. So, Kyle, this is your first official top 10 list with Jedi Talk. Please go first.
Okay, so if we're doing top 10, the way I did this, I didn't do this like my favorite. I just did it like who is maybe the most powerful or I think the top 10 best Jedi.
Okay.
And so, and maybe I'll get some hate for this first one. I don't know, but Mace Windu, number 10.
Yeah, you're gonna get hate from me,
gonna
you
beat
bitch.
you up.
Yeah. God.
You know what? He saw through Anakin's bullshit.
I'm with you, dude.
He saw through it, and then, he got murked by Palps, unfortunately.
No, he got murked by Anakin.
I think he's... Okay, well, whatever. Anakin sucks, and Mace Windu is better.
Okay, I don't agree with that.
I know. But I think I'd like to see Mace Windu back.
No.
Cool.
I don't want to see him.
And it's
back.
not that I don't hate Mace Windu. It's not the fact that I hate him. And look, Mace Windu's a good character. I just don't like the character. But I don't want him back. Like, we don't need everybody back. We don't. Mace had a good death.
I just want him to show up and say, "Use the Force, motherfucker."
Ugh. See, that's another reason I don't want it back, because everyone wants to stereotype Samuel L. Jackson into who he is.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. That would be kind of fun. I mean, come on.
Fine, if that's what the people want and Star Wars does it, sure. I mean, they won't do it. Star Wars doesn't listen to the people, right? But Brad, you want Mace Windu back?
No, I'm good. I don't need Mace Windu back.
Right. What's your number 10 then?
If he's back, maybe do like a comic or something. Make him a character in a video game flashback or some shit like that.
Video game would be cool.
I don't need like a... I secretly survived on Coruscant, and I've been underground this whole time. I don't need that. That would suck.
He's singing Deeper Underground by Jamiroquai. I'm going deeper underground.
My number 10 is from the High Republic. I actually have two Jedi from the High Republic because I really, really liked those books quite a bit. And I did mine my favorite Jedi. I didn't do most powerful or anything like that college, which is the fun of these is you can kind of get different interpretations of what favorite your favorite Jedi or best Jedi, whatever top 10 Jedi is. I went with Avar Kriss,
Ah, yeah.
one of the best characters in the High Republic books. She's super powerful. She's badass. She's just all around a really well written character. And if you haven't dove into the High Republic books, please do yourself a favor. And at least the first few were really solid.
Light of the Jedi, so good, and it helped the drive from Phoenix to Orlando significantly because I listened to it. That was the first time I listened to it. Such a great book, or such a great listen. Because I didn't read it, but such a great listen.
Wasn't that also when you listen to the Princess Leia of Alderaan book?
Correct, it is.
That's still one of my favorites.
Is that your favorite still, Tom? I remember you said that was.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's so good.
Book.
What it does for Leia's background and who they introduce, it's fantastic. Fantastic.
And actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, it really kind of adds to it. Like you get like more of her story.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a huge fan of how they did it in that show, but
yeah, and bridges. You kind of see what
bridges.
Yeah. So, speaking of bridges, my bridge to my number 10. This would be a new addition, and he's going to be number 10 because we never saw him as a Jedi. We only saw them as this in between. And rest in peace to Ray Stevenson, but Baylan Skoll will be my number 10.
Oh, good one.
In my list, it's going to have a theme, right? And don't be shocked. It's people who have defied the council, right? Yeah, it's right up my alley. Telling, go fuck yourselves, people in charge, right? These anti-authority Jedi. But Baylan Skoll, he had this choice to do good, and I'm using that in quotations, right? But he did what he believed, and he was following what he believed would get him to. He's following his instinct, following his gut, and that's pretty much directly going against what the council stood for. So I'm all about those Jedi who are just like, I hear what you said, council of 10 old white guys, but I'm going to go do my own thing. So Baylan Skoll's my number 10.
Baylan's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, what's your number 9?
Kyle, you're up.
Number 9, and this one, I felt like I had to put this on there, and it may be different after next year, but I picked Grogu, and I certainly do feel like he'll be higher up once we start to see more of who this character is, because I still feel like there's a lot of mystery surrounding Grogu, but from what we've seen, I feel like he's going to have like a real pivotal part for whatever is next for Star Wars, whatever that may be. So
I still think he has the lightsaber on him. That was my prediction for
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So that'll be fun.
I think it's going to come out, and that something's going to happen in that movie. Pedro Pascal's going to be having anxiety with Grogu, and he's going to be hugging up on him, and he's going to pull out the saber and save the day. I think.
Yeah, that would be badass.
Or that's how he kills himself by accident. He turns it on the wrong way. Rest in peace, Grogu.
That's what Luke Skywalker wanted, or that's what Mark Hamill wanted his character's backstory to be. We talked
Mark
about
Hamill's
that.
Not a writer.
He is not.
He's
no.
not a writer.
No. So Grogu, Brad, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is another Jedi from the High Republic, and probably my favorite of all of them, Loden Greatstorm. Let's go.
Yeah, I figured there was going to be Loden Greatstorm. He's cool.
Loden Greatstorm, his character is cool. He's like the Superman of Star Wars. He's just somebody that everyone looks up to and admires, and his lightsaber hilt is the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to make mine. I think he's my favorite character of the High Republic out of all of them. I love Loden Greatstorm.
That's fair. Like Jedi-wise, favorite because Marchion Rose, my favorite that's come out of the High Republic thus far.
Yeah, favorite Jedi.
Okay.
Marchion Rose is by far my favorite character out of all of them. If we're talking Jedi, it's got to be Loden.
I'd love to see the Nile make a comeback, but I mean, obviously, I want.
Me too, dude.
I want
Me too.
New villains, and I want original stuff. But man, seeing the Nile come back on screen would be cool.
It would be really cool if they made another Solo something, and it was like the Nile came back and was fighting Crimson Dawn. and like Han was also there, like a 3-way fight would be really cool.
That'd be cool, yeah. Just call us up,
The Nile is
Lucasfilm.
such a
We got this.
the Nile, man. That is such a cool little band of psychos.
Fuck yeah. My number 9.
Kyle, I'm sorry,
No,
Tom.
no,
you're
it's
up.
fine. And people are going to be pissed, but I am putting Rey on the list. And the reason I put Rey on the list is because she outwardly defended and was pretty much went against everything Luke was telling her to do, which is pretty on brand for the Jedi, or the pretty on brand for our heroes, I should say. Our heroes Jedi, and Rey's in her position. We know she's a Palpatine. She adopted the Skywalker name, whatever. You can think what you think about that, but I just, for this sake of this list right now, I'm putting her on there as number 9 because she gave the big old fuck you and did her own thing, and it ended up working out in the end. Although
I hope that
Ben died.
I hope you get to Luke at some point. But remember, Luke did the same thing with Yoga. Oops.
Yoga.
Luke did the same thing with Yoda on
sure did.
Dagobah.
Yep, he sure did. He sure did. Kyle, what's your number 8?
Number 8. And maybe this would get some hate. I don't know, but I picked Ben Solo, and mostly because he was an integral part of defeating Palps at the end of Episode 9. And the other part is like, overcoming that darkness piece is, I think, obviously that's a part of the original story with Anakin, but I can always appreciate somebody who can overcome that side of their psyche and do something good with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would pick him.
The fourth, like the whole Force dyad thing, pretty much went against the whole Jedi Council's teachings as well. So, like, they didn't want you to have attachments, and that's essentially what that was. A convenient plot hole. A dyad in the Force. Brad, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is a little-known Jedi called Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan
He
was
pops
here?
up in the pops up in the background of the Phantom Menace, and then he's had some really great adventures in the books and in I think just the books. He's just a really cool Jedi. He wields a yellow lightsaber, so he's going to be a favorite of mine. Yeah, he's just a really cool character, a cool character design, great backstory. And I forget the book. Hang on, I want to recommend the book because the book's really, really good.
He's in Tales
He's
of the
just a
Sith,
really-
too. The new one that came out?
That's what. Dark Disciple. Yeah, Dark Disciple. Go
That's
read
Asajj
Dark Disciple.
Ventress's, yeah. Because that's her
That's
book,
a
right?
friggin' good ass book. Go read Dark Disciple. Good lord. We should get back and do some book stuff again. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. I'd be down.
I
So
actually
fun.
did read part of a Star Wars book, like when I was a kid or when I was younger, and I remember reading some of it. I never finished it though. I remember that it started out that the main character was dead, or he thought he was dead, but he was like really paralyzed. I don't remember what the book was called. I just remembered that was the start of the book.
I don't believe you. That sounds fake.
Oh, it wasn't. It was a Star Wars book.
Thanks for the riveting content.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Kyle, I don't know if I've asked you this already. Are you doing Halloween Horror Nights while you're here?
I would love to, but I don't think it's going to be possible.
Oh.
Are you doing Halloween?
Change your
Horror Nights,
mind,
Brad?
let me know. Change
You're
your
gonna have
mind,
to-
let me know.
You're going to have to tell me how Terrifier is.
I can't wait, dude. I'm so excited. Anyway, sorry, I just had the thought.
Oh, you're good. I think it's is it your number 8? Did we do your 8? Oh, you said Quinlan, right? Yeah.
Quinlan Voss. Yeah, you're up.
My number 8 would be, so we did Balin, we did Rey. My number 8 would be Ezra Bridger. Because here's another son of a bitch that, I mean, he got trained late, and that's pretty
Ezra
common.
Bridger, you son of a bitch.
Exactly. And Ezra's been stealing melons and throwing them in stormtroopers' nuts. And he's just, I mean, go watch Rebels. Rebels is, I've said it time and time again, damn near perfect Star Wars content. Ezra's a big part of it, but so are Kanan Jarrus, so is Hera, so is Chopper, so is Zeb, so is Ahsoka's in Rebels. It's expands the universe very bigly, expands it very bigly. and it takes one idea of the rebellion, right? And look what Andor did and made Rebels better and gave Ezra's arc even more grit to it. And we're going to see him again in Ahsoka season 2, and I can't wait to hear more from him because he's definitely, I just like those Jedi with a chip on their shoulders, who just kind of defy, go with their gut. I mean, and he sacrificed himself for the greater good against what everybody else said, and took Thrawn into the Nether Realm and caught the whales all the way to Peridia. So I'm excited for Ahsoka season 2. So Kyle, what's your number 7?
So my number 7 is not. She would say that she's not a Jedi, but I wanted to include her nonetheless. Is Ahsoka, and mostly because I've never seen the Clone Wars, and I know Tom has raved about that storyline. I tried to watch Clone Wars and just couldn't do it. But I liked her. I liked her, TV show. I liked the time in her role in Mando. I think she's real cool. I like the dual sabers too.
You're missing the. I mean, you got to give. I mean, and maybe you can like chop it up a bit, but there's a lot of good stuff about Ahsoka and the Clone Wars and in Rebels that really shows you who she is and shows you how she gets from point. I don't know why I'm saying this now because I'll be talking about her later. So, okay.
Yep.
Glad she's on your list.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah. Brad, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Luke Skywalker. I know he's a very important Jedi, and he is like everyone's first. Well, not everyone's, but most people's first look at what a Jedi is. I think he's a really good Jedi. I think he stands for a lot of things that Jedi should be, but he's not like he's on this. He's low on this list because there's other characters that I like more, just because I like weird, obscure characters. They're like kind of my favorite things in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. But he honestly could be like number 3 or 4 on the list, but I just kind of wanted to highlight some other ones because everybody fucking knows Luke Skywalker.
I know.
But he is one of my favorite. I've always been a Luke guy, and there's people who are like Han guys, like the smuggler kind of guy. I've always been a Luke guy. What makes Star Wars for me is Jedi. And I know people love Andor and all that kind of stuff, but for me, anything that's a Star Wars story that doesn't have Jedi in it to some degree is going to feel like something's missing.
Yeah. I'm with you. Can't deny what Luke's done as a character and in Star Wars.
No, I mean he's the most important character in the whole galaxy.
It's hard to argue that. Very hard to argue that. I
mean, the only other person I think you could say would be Anakin.
Anakin, yeah.
He kind of is the catalyst for a lot of bad shit. But then the argument would be Luke stops all the bad shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Up for debate.
Well,
who's a more impactful person to the universe, Anakin or Luke Skywalker? That'd be a fun debate.
That would be a fun debate. Ooh, blew that out. That would be a fun debate. Anakin or Luke? Maybe one.
We should
day.
Do that.
Future episode. Yeah. There you go. We'll see if we remember that. My number 7 would be. We talked about Ezra. Now it's Kanan. I've Kanan Jarrus, Caleb Doom. I've talked about my fandom of Rebels and Kanan in general. He made the ultimate Jedi sacrifice and blew the fuck up while everybody could get the hell out of there. While his pregnant wife, she was pregnant at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pregnant. I don't know why I thought Jason was born already. So while pregnant white flew away with everybody else, and he obliterated into the Force forever. But he went into hiding, which is pretty against Jedi code, right after Order 66. Although he was a scared child, we got a fire scene with him in the first episode of Bad Batch. But everything he did up there to survive and to hide, and how he eventually came to terms with training Ezra, makes Kanan pretty fucking special. So Kanan Jarrus, my number 7. We need live action Freddie Prinze Jr. Damn it.
Yes, we do.
Let's go. Kyle, what's your number 6?
Number 6 is Cal Kestis, and Cal Kestis is probably my favorite Jedi. But I feel like as far as just maybe importance in the galaxy, I think there's a lot of more story that he has, and I'm really interested to see what happens in the 3rd episode of the 3rd game whenever that comes out.
Have they announced it?
They announced that it's happening. but we don't
Yeah,
know
I
when.
think
Okay.
that's what I heard. And this was really like the first video game that I've played where it really, I think, did a masterful job of allowing you to be a Jedi. I mean, there's been other games like that, but I really feel like this really, it was kind of like the Arkham Knight of you know Star Wars games, and I love the characters. I just think it's so well done.
I feel like this is more the Tomb Raider, but I know what you mean by like Arkham, like the.
Yeah, I mean,
I
just
get
kind
it,
of like
yeah.
the game-changing Star Wars game.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, totally agreed with that. It's a shame that Outlaws couldn't have been done better. It's just people hate women.
I'm excited to play it on Switch too when it comes out.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it.
I can't wait.
Good number 6. Brad, what's number 6?
I can already tell I'm going to put like
Fuck.
80 hours into that game.
Fuck Boda Kuna, though. Just remember, you're gonna hate Boda Kuna.
I know the whole story. I'm just going to
Okay.
be I'm just going to be playing it to play it. Where were we?
6.
My number 6 is see, like, this one's tough for me because I like both. I like Luke and Obi-Wan better, but I wanted to highlight some other ones. So again, I'm going to go with a kind of a basic bitch answer here, but Obi-Wan Kenobi. Especially in the earlier timeline stuff, Obi-Wan is the fucking man. He is the fucking man. Like, all the stuff in the prequels, Clone Wars, all that stuff, and then the show is. I feel like the show just needs to be re-edited to edit out some shit that doesn't need to be there. That actually might be a fun little project to do one day.
Oh god, just chop up Kenobi.
Yeah, make a better Kenobi because it's Anyway, like, I just love him and I love his dedication to Anakin by way of like monitoring Luke. I think that is one of the best things about his character is that, like, he clearly still cared about Anakin enough to watch over Luke on Tatooine and make sure he was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like never really wanted to let go that he was dead. I mean, obviously he finds out later on that he's not dead, but
Right.
he's just one of the best Jedi. Like, what the fuck can I say about Obi-Wan that hasn't been said 1,000 times and 1,000 different ways better than I could? But he's just one of my all-time favorite characters.
Couldn't have
Not
said
to
it.
mention Jedi.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that better myself about Obi-Wan. I agree.
All right, you secretive little spice smugglers. Here's a completely unrelated and definitely not repetitive ranking of 10 Jedi that just happens to be structured from 10 to 1, featuring everyone's favorite dumpster fire podcast mascots, Kyle, Tom, Brad, Travis T, and that skid mark in a shell, the amazing turtle. Depper Billabah Cannon's master, calm under pressure, and still got shredded like Tom's crypto portfolio when Clark the Cub convinced him to invest in Wookiee coin. Sad part, still had more discipline than Tom trying to walk past a hot topic without buying another Hetfield Funko. Jarro Tapal, Cal Kestis's original master, tanked clone fire like it was nothing, gruff, terrifying, and the type of Jedi who'd probably uppercut Kyle just for breathing weird. Honestly, Jarro was the father figure Kyle thinks his Kazoo is. Nari the please help me Obi-Wan Sadboiver from Kenobi who got Vader-ed early, still braver than Brad at an Olive Garden toilet. And cleaner. Barely. Brad probably thought the Inquisitors were a bourbon flight. Oppo Rancisis, the weird snake-looking Jedi with a comb-over and sass that could crush a Senate hearing. Nobody talks about him, just like nobody talks about Travis T's Slave Layer Tuesdays. Seriously, if you're wearing that under your robes, seek help, not holocrons. Tyvoka Wookiee Jedi Master. Imagine Chewbacca with a lightsaber and an anger management diploma. More wisdom in one growl than Kyle has in a lifetime of Googling is mayonnaise sentient? Yes, I remembered. No, I won't elaborate. Ezra Bridger, a street rat turned space wizard who disappeared with space whales like a force-powered Lisa Frank trapper keeper. The only thing more untraceable than the amazing turtle's hygiene routine. He's like Ezra. If Ezra ate glue and kept voting for Hondo. Sifo Dyas commissioned the clone army behind the council's back like a shady Amazon order. Basically Travis T, if Travis T had foresight and didn't get outsmarted by a vibrating cake. Yes, that happened. Look it up. Avar Kriss, High Republic Queen, connects Jedi through the Force like a conductor. Elegant, powerful, and emotionally balanced. The polar opposite of Brad, who once cried during a Jim Beam ad. Brad, it's just corn whiskey. But it's heritage. Grogu. That's right, I said it. He's a Jedi in training. He stopped a ranker, rides around in a floating stroller, and can still lift more than Tom, whose muscles exist solely for holding Metallica DVDs. Tom, buddy, they're on streaming now. Let go. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again. Yes, again. Why? Because he's the blueprint, the sass master, the general, the negotiator, the hello there legend. He's everything Kyle wants to be, but can't achieve, because he once tried to do a trustful with his own shadow and missed. There you go. A totally original, legally distinct, absolutely spontaneous Jedi ranking, with enough host roast to crash a droid's sarcasm module. Run this one on air, and if anyone complains, tell them I'm broadcasting from inside their mom's data port.
You're up, Tom.
Yes, I am. My number 6 or 5. We're on 6.
6.
Yes. Number 6 would be Qui-Gon Jinn. The reason me particularly putting Qui-Gon on here, and he's risen in the ranks for me over the years, just because he was just one of the OGs that we saw as fans that was sick of the council shit. But he did it. He did it so passively, though. He did it very Jedi-like, right? Yep. He wasn't in their face like "fuck you," like I have a set of skills. Like he was about to like slice their throats with his green lightsaber. And he did it very passively. He's just like, okay, you don't want me to train the boy. By the way, I'm training the boy. So it's yeah, Qui-Gon.
You know what's so funny? Like I always forget that that's Liam Neeson. Like just to me, like I grew up not knowing who Liam Neeson was, or just knowing that character.
Yeah. And
like sometimes I'm watching, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Liam Neeson.
Good shit. All right, Kyle, what's your number 5?
I'm sure we'll talk about him later.
Oh, I have a feeling, yeah.
Probably gonna get some hate, but I think Rey. Number 5, because she like Luke was very. Her character arc and her story was like pivotal at ending not only the Empire and the First Order, but Palpatine's reign. Like we're assuming that he's officially dead and not coming back, and she was really the person to do that. And I like Rey. I'll never understand the hate that she got. I think she's a great character. I'd love to see more. I know some people are probably screaming at me for saying that, but
yeah.
I don't care.
I'm shocked that the people being in the line of work that you're in, saying that you're shocked that people don't like her. Come on, you know what the general public's like.
The general public's awful. You know what's funny about like most people that I see are like great people. It's just the rest of the world. So.
Yeah. The unwashed masses.
I'll never understand the hate either.
From Pennsylvania.
It makes no sense to me. I don't get it either.
But
you know what I do get? Number 6 on my list, or 5.
Number 5.
5?
Yeah, number 5.
This is my second to last basic bitch Jedi, but Yoda.
Yeah,
I prefer original trilogy Yoda, though. I love the kind of silly, which I wonder why he got like that. But I like this silly Yoda.
I hated that Yoda. I just watched that. Yoda. I'm like, he was a jackass. Like it just.
That's why he's the man. I think he was just trying to downplay his skills and like who he was.
Yeah, he didn't want Luke to know who he was. Maybe he didn't fully
trust Luke or something. I don't know.
I get that. I just like him better.
As a kid, I always thought it was cool, and I think that's the way you do like jokey kind of stuff is with a character like that.
Mm-hmm.
It works for me. I also love original, or not original, episode 1 prequel era Yoda. He's just a badass, and you see in those movies why he's so strong and so well respected. And he's just a great character, man. I love Yoda. How can you not love Yoda?
It's a truth.
I almost put Yaddle on the list instead of him, though.
Oh,
I almost did. I almost put Yaddle.
Speaking of Yaddle, we'll get to her in
Stupid
a bit.
Bitch.
Down my list, she's I wouldn't call her that. My number 5. We brought up Kyle. I'm sorry, Kyle brought up Bo Dakuna earlier. He took out my number 5, and I audibly gasped when I saw this happen. But when Bode shot Eno Cordova, my 5th favorite Jedi, my God, that one was right in the, pun intended, right in the gut where he got shot or stabbed. I can't remember what happened in the game. It was just Eno Cordova. Man, it's like, how do you hate this guy? This guy was a Jedi who, seemingly, what we know, he was a Jedi master. He trained Seer Junda. He eventually got to a point where he just wasn't liking the way things were going, and he got an honorable discharge, and he went off and he looked for Zepho artifacts. The guy went off on his retirement and found information about a cool fucking ancient race. Like, how could you hate him? And then Bodo Kuna comes out of nowhere just because he's working for the ISB. And he pops this motherfucker just to take a data disk to get to Tanalorr.
I didn't know he worked with the ISB.
Bode? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. You'll see.
That's a cool little tie-in.
You'll see. Well, he's kind of blackmailing him, but yeah. I'm looking at my Cal
cool.
in his ISB uniform right now with his lightsaber and BD Evil. I love that figure. That vintage collection figure is so cool. So Eno Cordova is my number 5. Kyle, we're in the nitty-gritty now. What's your 4?
Number 4, I picked Qui-Gon, and I think it's like he obviously was the one that trained Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I just think like there's a certain sequence of characters that existed that led to the downfall of the Empire, and it was just done so masterfully. Like, and these people were so pivotal in this Star Wars storyline, and I think Qui-Gon, when you see him as a character, he's just kind of like this. Like, you have a lot of confidence in him. And when he gets killed by Darth Maul, it makes the story so much better. And even though that he calls that scene namby-pamby or whatever,
it wasn't.
His death was, like, I think really important for the story. And it again, one of my favorite fight scenes of all time in Star Wars.
I think he's not wrong, though, with a highly trained Jedi should have been able to not get punched in the fucking face. Stabbed.
Here's my counter argument to that I made, and we talked about this at length on the one episode you had when you were out of town. But how many Sith Lords has Qui-Gon been fighting up until that point? And I feel like that comment just kind of puts a little salt on Darth Maul. It's like, this is Darth fucking Maul, the first Sith Lord.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Qui-Gon may have fought ever, right?
Well, I mean, the first Sith in 1,000 years,
exactly,
as far as we know.
Exactly. So
which I don't think is true, obviously, if you watch The Acolyte. But
yeah, there you go.
Why would you?
Yeah. Because there's no season 2. That's why you wouldn't. So.
Yeah, why would? Yeah, just don't bother.
So Qui-Gon it is. Brad, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is... I struggled with putting her on the list because Kyle mentioned it earlier. She would call herself not a Jedi, but I think that's obviously... where Ahsoka, which is my number 4, I think that's how this show ends, is her claiming that she is a Jedi. I think she's going to go through some shit. I think she's going to see that she actually is a Jedi, and she always has been.
Did she not symbolically do that in the first season? Anakin finished her training.
I don't think it's as outright as they're going to make it. I don't think, until she says it, then I don't count it.
She came out as Ahsoka the White, though. She was dressed in all white. I felt like there was some symbolism there. I'm not taking away with what you said, but I'm just saying that could have happened already.
Definitely, it's headed in the right direction for what I want.
Okay, that's fair.
I want her to be in a fight or something, and her look at whoever she's fighting and go, "I am a Jedi."
Like my father
of that
before
iconic line.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. Ahsoka, dude. Ahsoka's the shit.
She is. I'll get to her soon.
That was riveting commentary from me on Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's the shit.
Yo, it's Ahsoka, bro. Ahsoka's the shit, bro.
She's the Ashitka.
You're up.
My number 4, before he turned over and was a puppet of Palpatine. But man, Count Dooku is such a cool-ass Jedi. He's such a badass Jedi. I mean, the way the Separatists went about doing things, very wrong, right? But you kind of look back into things, it's like they just wanted to get away from the Galactic Federation, right? They wanted to get away from big government. Can you default him for that? Could you default Count Dooku for wanting to just... Now, he was a dick with all the money he hoarded on Sereno, and I think there was some if I remember something in his history, I'm not recalling correctly, but as like an actual Jedi, what solidified it for me, you know, and I've read some stuff, but when we got Tales of the Jedi with his story with Qui-Gon, my God, so good. That's why Count Dooku was not on my list before. He debuts at number 4.
That's awesome.
All right, Kyle, what's your number 3? Top 3.
I picked Yoda, and mostly because, like, talk about one of the most iconic characters of all time. And I'm just saying in general, like, you might not really know who Luke Skywalker is, but you know who, like, Yoda and Darth Vader is. And I think Yoda, again, is just talking about, like, pivotal people who helps overturn the Empire, help take down Palpatine. And I think that wise, his wisdom is just, like, echoed through so many characters. And I think that's what makes him, like, extra special. So definitely, Yoda's the man.
Yoda is the man. You know who else is the man? That weird, freaky weirdo on the High Council, Plo Koon. I love Plo Koon. I have always been... Phantom Menace is like the Star Wars movie that honestly comes to mind when I think of Star Wars, just because I was 10 years old when I saw it. It just hit me at that right age when I already loved Star Wars. And it's just, for me, like, there's a warm, nostalgic feel about everything. I think I told you guys about the video that I watched not so long ago, about, like, all of the promotional stuff leading into the Phantom Menace, right? Like all the toys. Did I tell you guys about that video?
You did.
I know I told you.
Yeah.
And maybe before Kyle was on the show. But, like, it just gave me, like, all these feelings, like, seeing all that stuff again, because I loved that movie so much. But so, like, he's one of those background characters that obviously got expanded on in the comics and, you know, further on down the line and stuff. But he is just such a unique looking character that it's hard to, like, it's so funny if you talk to someone about Star Wars, like to Kyle's point, they don't know the name Kiadi or Plo Koon. I'm sorry. I got a little ahead of myself. But Plo Koon,
ahead.
I'm gonna switch these. I was talking about Kiadi-Mundi and I said Plo Koon.
Okay.
So switch. We're talking about Kiadi-Mundi.
Okay.
You could talk to someone about Star Wars and say the name Kiadi-Mundi, and they won't know who you're talking about. But if you said, "Oh, that weird cone-shaped head guy in the back," they'd go, "Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about." Like, everyone knows him, even if they don't know they know him.
He was in The Acolyte.
Yep.
He definitely was.
Very interesting. I forgot that he was in The Acolyte.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He has a speaking part too. And I remember after that, calling that out, I'm like, that was definitely Kiadi-Mundi.
Yeah.
So he's
a cool character.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the comics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to go ahead and do my number 2 now because I fucked it up. It was supposed to be Kiadi-Mundi, but I said Plo Koon.
Okay.
Plo Koon's another one of those characters that, I mean, he died a little prematurely, but he's just another one of those cool characters with a cool design that was always just, like, super interesting to me as a kid. So I'm going to shut up until my number 1.
The coolest thing about Plo Koon, though, is who did he discover? Who did he find? He found one Ahsoka Tano.
Yep. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the Clone Wars movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Plo.
I've never watched that all the way through, but I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. When I was, like, mastered, like, just, like, during the pandemic, I was slamming through Star Wars content. As one of the first time I watched that. Yeah.
I can't. It's so bad.
I know some people disagree. My number 3. These 3 are always tough for me. They're the same 3, but it's like I have trouble flip-flopping. And who's my number 3? Who's my number 3? All right, number 3 will be Ahsoka Tano. We'll ease into that there. For everything you guys said and then some, Ahsoka was Anakin's Padawan. Like, she left the council after she saw how corrupt they were and what they did to her friend, or what they did to her, and what they were doing to Anakin. And Ahsoka showed the most important piece of Ahsoka and Anakin's relationship is when Ahsoka showed Anakin what he needed to do, and that infamous shot in the Clone Wars when she walked out. Like, if Anakin just would have followed, just think how much would have changed. You know, just think how much would have changed, and he should have. He honestly should have followed. He could have done so much good without the council tinkering and his madness, but he was too in it already. So Ahsoka she's always going to be in my top 3. I mean, my 2 and my 1 always flip around. So I'll do my 2 real quick, and then Kyle, I'll hand it over for your 2 and 1. My number 2, Cal Kestis. Cal helped usher in a wave of Star Wars fandom for me when I picked up Fallen Order, and it's funny. Kyle says he's on his list, and it could be his favorite Jedi. He's a ginger, and Kyle infamously claims to hate gingers. So
I don't even know who's on your number 1 now. Then
my number 1, yeah, you do.
He's not a true ginger.
Oh, of course I do.
Yeah,
I was thinking, yeah.
He is a true ginger, Kyle. Just like you stealth ginger, you carry the recessive gene.
He's the only ginger, and Ron Weasley, of course, did think it's a pass.
Nah, your mother gets a pass.
Ed Sheeran?
No, Ed Sheeran doesn't get a pass. Gingers that I
idol.
Andy. No, it's not. Andy, James Hetfield's
you
a
kind of
ginger.
look like Ed Sheeran.
Me? I'll take it.
Tom. Tom looks like Ed Sheeran.
Why can't I look like
No,
Ed
I
Sheeran,
don't.
bro? Come on.
Brad, go right ahead and look like Ed Sheeran. You look like a handsome, brown-haired Ed Sheeran. There you go. Brunette? No.
Brad Sheeran.
Brad Sheeran. There you go. Cal Kestis, because he's the closest thing I think we have to a gray Jedi, and I love that he just doesn't give a shit now, and he's full on has a relationship with Marin. So, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Kyle, what's your number 2, then 1?
Number 2, I pick Luke Skywalker. I'm watching the original trilogy right now, and I just think Luke Skywalker is just like one of the most badass Jedi there is. And this is the guy who blew up the Death Star while blindfolded. And when he shows up, like, he just fucks up everybody's shit. I mean, and I've got to say it again, and I've said this a million times in our podcast, that the scene at the end in Mando when he shows up is just the greatest scene in history, and it makes it's like you knew infinitely if that it was everybody was going to be fine because Luke fucking Skywalker just showed up. So it's just such an awesome scene, so cool.
The greatest scene in Star Wars.
If we ever get to doing our top 100, that'll be in contention for number 1, if not number 1.
We've been talking about that for 3 years.
We have. Well, I mean, maybe we get when Kyle's in person, maybe we can get some work done on that and actual just like chart some shit out so we can go through it.
It's probably the one time watching. It's probably the one time watching something Star Wars that like I stood up out of my chair and was like yelling at the screen. It was just.
I cried, bro.
My God.
I literally cried. I was watching it the day it dropped like 5 a.m.
It kicks you hard in the feels. It really does.
It does. And I knew when I actually went a few days ago and was watching like people reacting to that scene because I thought about how great it was. And there's people watching it and they're like, no, they're not. No, they're not. And I was like, that was me. I was watching. I was like, there's no fucking way this is Luke Skywalker. There's no fucking way. And then when you see the hand, you're like, oh my fucking God. They actually brought Luke Skywalker. I honestly think that kind of ruined. Dude, I'm getting chills thinking about it too, man. I honestly think that scene kind of fucked up shows for them because you did that in season 2 of your first show. And it didn't feel forced, no pun intended, and it worked. But like every time since then, I've even told Tom this. Like I always expect like a Luke Skywalker moment, and it just doesn't happen.
It was kind of worth it, though. I mean, like
it was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It is my number 1. If I'm in charge of this 100 list and I have any say, it is going to be my number 1 moment because it is the most I've ever been excited about something in Star Wars.
Okay.
Gosh, I should have put Luke as number 1, but I put Obi-Wan as number 1, and mostly because of like to Brad's point, like there's so much history between him and Vader or him and Anakin that he could have just turned away and not watched over Luke, but he was really the one to influence Luke to go to the Dagobah system and become a Jedi, and so without him, the the Empire would win. And so I think he's certainly the most pivotal character in Star Wars history,
Go
for sure.
to Dagobah system. Yeah. It's hard to deny that. And what Brad said about Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's not on my list, mainly because I knew he'd be on one of yours, if not both. So, yeah. So, completely.
That's why
characters.
Cal's not on mine, because I think Cal's a great character, too.
For sure.
I just knew.
Hey, Brad, your focus determines your number one.
Let's all take a guess and see if anyone knew. Of course it was going to be Qui-Gon, dude. Like, he is my childhood favorite Jedi. I love him so much. I remember getting the lightsaber toy as a kid, the one that was like, I had the Darth Maul one and the Qui-Gon one. And my brother had Obi-Wan's. And there's just something about that character that just works so perfectly in that movie. He's like the Rock of that movie. If you don't have him in that movie, and like someone else portrayed that character, I don't think it works as well. I think he just embodied that character so fully and perfectly. And like there's like that meme, like he understood the assignment, he understood the fucking assignment. Like,
that's right. Yeah. He
is the greatest character for me in Star Wars. He's my favorite Star Wars character.
Fuck yeah. He's a great character.
He's the man. And he's just so calm at all times, even when shit's going down. Like, he never gets too amped up. He's just a bad motherfucker. I love him.
He is. It's a shame we got one movie and a couple of tales from him, but that's what makes him so impactful, right? So.
Yep.
And
I honestly think it might not have worked a second time. Like, I know it sucks that he's not there, but like, I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
I think what they did was perfect.
My number one, just as Brad's, if you've followed the show before, you know it's Anakin Skywalker. It's been Anakin Skywalker for a long time. Cal threatens that spot often. Ahsoka is too. Like, my three always flip, but Anakin right now. Clone Wars Anakin has helped a lot with making this character like my favorite Jedi. On top of what we're now seeing, what we saw from him in Ahsoka, I've never been so. I mean, like Andor, especially the Gorman Massacre episode, and in Mon's speech and some of that stuff at the end. That made me emotional and moved me, but like not like seeing Anakin and Ahsoka together again in the Ahsoka series. I just the work that we've seen from Anakin there, and then we're going to get more of him in Ahsoka Season 2. So, Force Ghost, remember, whatever, I'm here for it, because I think Hayden Christensen deserves it all. I don't want more Vader. I want more Anakin.
I don't know really how you do that, though, because he's not young anymore. Do you recast Anakin?
No, Force Ghost and Ahsoka. I mean, like, keep it up with this. Okay. Yeah.
So you wouldn't want like one of the things that I've always wanted to see.
Hayden's only like 44. He can be the current Anakin.
He's young as shit in those original movies. Like 19.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want new Anakin in like Force Ghost. Like, I want current times Anakin, if that makes sense, right?
Sure. I've always thought it would be interesting to see him and Obi-Wan post Episode 1.
Oh, we got a novel out of it.
As him as a young kid. I know, but I want to see a real fucking thing. It'd be interesting. I don't necessarily need it or would like want it. Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't go out of like, I wouldn't greenlight it if I was Disney, but like, I think the idea of it's interesting.
That's fair. Totally fair. Well, thanks for hanging on for our top 10 Jedi. Gentlemen, this was fun. We brought it back.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. It was a fun episode. Mm-hmm. Top 10s are fun as shit.
They are. And I like that we're kind of using, sparingly right now. We're bringing them back every now and again. Doesn't need to be an every week thing.
Instead of doing them once episode like we used to.
It was wild. Those 3-4 hour episodes were crazy.
They were fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. Next time you see and hear from us, we're going to be all together, as Kyle will be in Florida. So that it will be fun.
Can't wait.
Had by most.
Be a good time.
Brad, take us home.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the next show. Until then, stay safe. May the Force be with you.
And remember, Your focus determines your reality.
Rise, Jedi.